I'm in India now, and life in India, it's a little bit different than life in America. There are different values, it's a different culture. It's so interesting that practically everyone in America thinks the same way about issues, philosophical, spiritual issues in our scriptures. In America, we tend to have the same viewpoint. And in India, because the culture is different, we tend to have sometimes the exact opposite viewpoint on the same issue. And it's so interesting. I was thinking about this recently, how much affected we are by our culture, because what is normal in India is not normal in America. What may be normal in America is not normal in India. What makes sense to us in America may not make sense to you in India. What makes sense to you in India may not make sense to us in America. And then we're looking at philosophical issues, which we would consider to be black and white issues that everyone would agree on. And the fact is, we all don't agree on, because we're coming through various cultural lenses, and right and wrong based on the cultures we come from. And as I was thinking about this, the devotee was telling me there was an issue that came up. You're all familiar with the issue of should women be allowed to initiate. And so some devotees say, no, only if they're liberated souls, they have prema, they're seeing Krishna, and then they can do it, otherwise, no. And then in the West, they're saying, no, this is what Prabhupada wanted, and they should be doing it. And in the West, which was so interesting, the leaders voted on this, and it was pretty much unanimous that they should do it. And in India, it was pretty much unanimous that they shouldn't do it. And we're reading the exact same things Prabhupada said. And I find that so interesting, how the culture is affecting our decisions. It's a reality we have to deal with. This is just one issue, and there will be many issues in the future that are reflected by our culture. So for us in America, women have very prominent positions. Even in ISKCON, we have many women temple presidents. It's quite normal. No one has a problem with it. Nobody's trying to get them out of office. But people appreciate them. They're doing good jobs. In India, you don't have that. That would be considered, at least now in 2020, a little awkward, a little strange. I think men would have a hard time following a woman temple president. It's a different culture. So the challenge, I'm not making this video to say who's right or wrong, but just to make an observation that we're very much affected by our culture, understandably. And I think those who are in India who oppose female Diksha gurus, if they were raised in America, they'd probably be for it. And those raised in America, if they were raised in India, they'd probably be against it. That's very interesting phenomena. But beyond this issue is another challenge we have. And this is not the only issue where we're going to disagree on, even though we're reading the same quotes, based on the filters we have due to our conditioning. And so the challenge is, how are we going to work these things out so that we can go forward in Krishna consciousness and have disagreements on issues and come to some resolution where we both can not, so to speak, be at others' throats, but be respectful towards one another, respect one another's opinions and views. And as many devotees have said, and not everyone thinks this is a good solution, but we can have different applications in different situations in different parts of the world. For example, there were things that Prabhupada did in America that he did not do in India, because India is a different culture and people wouldn't accept it. And you might know that when Prabhupada first came to India, people didn't accept Harinam Sankirtan, and he told them, stop, don't go out and do it. Where that was the only thing we did in America, every day, all day, was go on the street and chant. And he stopped it in India because people thought we were beggars, because that's what beggars do. So things have to be adjusted peacefully, intelligently, and I'm not making this video to come to any conclusions about who's right and wrong, but just to make an observation of the challenges we have based on the cultures we come from.